Okay, good morning, everyone. To start today's lesson, we are going to play a game. It's called Name That Leader. So I'm going to pass these sheets out, and what I want you to do is just write the name of the leader next to the number under their picture.
What else?
I'll give you about 3 minutes to do that.
What else? Be specific.
Okay.
Just special interest group, nonprofit.
Give me an example.
Are we allowed to collaborate, or do we have to do this by ourselves?
Let's see if we can do it ourselves first.
Okay.
I'm cheating, Drew.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, if you need to work with a partner, you can.
What about some people you get information from? So quiet.
Here you go.
Like, you're ready to, right? I'm the king. Japanese wrestlers, pro wrestlers.
It looks like Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay, does everybody have
Write it down.
answers down? Who thinks they have all the right answers?
How about
No
your
one's
parents?
super confident.
Information for your parents.
Okay, who can tell me the first one?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Okay, yes.
Okay, what other
Number
websites
two.
can you get information from?
Caleb?
Winston Churchill.
Any information.
Number
doesn't
three.
have to be like
Elizabeth.
research.
Stalin.
Facebook.
Number 4. Drew?
Toilet.
Yes. And number 5. Tom, can you tell me?
What else?
Is that Hirohito?
Yes, it is. Now, what do all these people have in common?
World War II.
Yes. So they were all leaders
Google.
of certain countries during World War II. So, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Not just the leaders themselves, but
Blogs.
the countries that they governed and what types of government they were. So what we're going to do is we're going to break into groups. I'm going to pass this sheet out to you.
Okay.
And,
so what do we think we should label
We're
this?
going to research the different types of government that these leaders were in charge of. So I want to do.
Okay.
Let's see.
Does anyone know how to add more space?
Caleb, Drew, and Elizabeth will be in one group, and
So you
Tom
say
and Cassie will be in another group. Okay.
And then what would that look like?
I need you guys to move into your groups now.
Well, move here and see.
Do you just want to? Okay, what else can we label this? How about
Yes,
this?
Tom, you want to sit in the chair?
Yeah, I was in the chair.
So,
Cute.
Jerry, I put that one on the head.
Where's that kid class?
Okay, so I want. Can I
Alright,
have a
let's talk about
volunteer from each group to be the recorder?
Why can we trust the doctor?
Tom,
I'll
you're
be the
going to be the
recorder.
recorder. Drew is going to be the recorder. Okay, everyone's going to get a sheet. So ultimately, I want everyone to write down the
So
answers,
if you had a
but
question, your doctor
specifically
would trust his answer. For the most part. Okay, what if
all
he's
of the
sitting
right
on
answers.
the
So
phone?
whoever
By the way,
is
doc,
not
now
a
I have this
recorder
virus on my
can be a
computer.
researcher.
How can I fix
And
that?
then
If he gives me an answer, would you trust me?
In this group, someone can help keep everyone on task. So
Right. Okay. So So why is your buddy's Facebook not reliable?
Like Republican.
Right, right, and that's gonna be the same with Twitter and blogs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When can Facebook be reliable?
That late last night.
No,
I
I
was
was
supposed to
like,
H-I-R-O-H-I-T-O.
H what?
starting
H-I-T-O.
And there's like CNN pages and stuff.
Okay.
So all of those, you're gonna get pretty reliable. What about your parents? You trust what they say, right? Everything is good on parents.
Okay, you're on the campus today. Yeah.
What if your dad is a
Okay,
teacher?
so
and
we
he's
need
not
to
teaching
look
math
this stuff up. Okay,
class,
well,
right? What if
U.S.
he's a math teacher
democracy.
and you have a question about your 12th grade social studies
Key
report,
features.
and you know how to trust
Three.
to cite
What do I want to say?
as reliable.
I guess the United
Congress.
States government.
Okay.
Three branches of government.
Three branches of government.
Reliable
Thank
and
you.
not reliable sources, since you are representing your persuasive speeches.
Oh, you're
And now, we're
Oh,
gonna
key features.
Citizen
pass
voting.
out
Yeah.
an article to you guys. This article is
How
found
much
on the
government
internet.
intervention?
Let's just say, for example,
Well, in
TJ,
comparison to
you
the
wanna write
other
your
ones,
persuasive
it's
speech
not
on
much.
why
Yeah.
not to encourage us.
Mhm.
You're not going to, because I'm not going to, but,
Rights of
let's say you want to do
citizens,
that,
many.
you found this article.
Are you guys finding any patterns
I want you guys to read through this.
No, not quite
And
yet.
give us highlights. But what I want you to do is go through
Britain.
and highlight any of the information
They
that you can
were
find
They're-
that you
Constitutional
can
one.
research
Yeah,
further to
constitutional.
find out if this article is true. Okay? So I'll give you guys like 5 minutes to do that. Mr. Scott, you're a little late.
Rights of citizens.
I think you should go get a hall pass.
Key features of government.
Um,
Well, they were, I mean,
Okay,
the
what I'm
main
gonna have
authority
you do,
figure
read
was
the
Prime
article.
Minister
Yeah.
Churchill.
Parliament,
Just
yeah.
read through it the first time, and then go back through with the highlighter and highlight any information that you could research further to find out if this article is credible. Okay? You guys have like 5 minutes.
Figurehead,
Yeah.
The Queen was essentially like a symbolic
Right.
leader.
Right.
When you're done, put your highlighters at the end of your desk, so I know. Would you like to listen?
How much government intervention in terms of the economy? Well, more than the
First, I will have
U.S.
some name chart.
One of the big things too about like Britain, it was one of the first countries that had like a really like industrialized economy.
Right.
So I would actually say like they were about on par, if not maybe a little bit more than the U.S. was.
I would say, yeah, pretty similar, but I would say more than just because they
Right.
are a socialist
Right.
country.
So let's say,
moderate.
yeah, that's what I'd
Yeah,
say moderate
moderate.
more so than the U.S.
Still, I think lots of rights for
Yeah,
citizens.
you would still say that.
Right. Type of government. Dictatorship.
Yeah, there were
National Socialist
Yeah.
types out there.
National Socialist Party.
I'd say totalitarian.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. Totalitarian dictatorship.
Features of government.
I would say one leader holds all power.
Yeah. How much?
I would say like complete government
Yeah.
intervention.
Total, yeah.
And I would say little rights of citizens.
Right.
Yeah, communist dictatorship. it's like one person, one leader holds all power.
Monarch head of, oh, so we've got the head of state and the head of parliament.
Pretty much total government intervention since it was communist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Monarch is self-state, elected officials.
Princesses
Oh,
and
under
little.
features.
We have about 3 more minutes.
Japan.
It's okay if we don't
At
get
that point in
completely
time,
finished.
I believe under communist dictatorship. Now it's along the lines of like a traditional constitutional monarchy like Great Britain would have.
Right.
But I mean, during that point in time, it was
Yeah.
like basically, you know.
Yeah.
It was kind of fascist.
Mm-hmm.
Which is he's called emperor, right?
Yeah.
Alright, everybody's ready?
I have no idea what the key features of that were.
Alright. What do you guys think of the article? You know, looking at your notes. It is
What are
scary.
you guys thinking for the type of government for
Alright,
Japan?
we're gonna pick on Mr. Scott first.
Um,
since he's a little late. What's one thing in the article that you found that we could
Some
research
sort of
further to see if this is a good source?
totalitarian to an extent, not probably not as much
So
as
they
Russia
live
or
in
Germany,
cold,
but
dark, damp climates, which is why just the right atmosphere, but then it says that they were all born in like South America.
Okay,
I guess
alright,
we put
good, good point. Alright, what's another thing? What did you guys find?
The spider and snow.
The spider is
I would say militarism too.
South
No.
American
these
Yeah.
are real
bush spider
imperialistic.
or the Arachne
I would agree with that.
species.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Spider blood.
The butt spider, pretty much.
Militarism.
That doesn't sound right, does it?
I'd say.
No. Okay, what else?
One more minute.
What else did you guys find?
You're basically like military holds all power.
Very good.
Figurehead emperor.
Dr. Beverly Park does not exist, and neither does the Journal of the United Medical Association. You can find that out pretty quickly. Alright, what else?
I would say quite a bit.
Yeah.
You could look up
So I'd say
Big Chappies.
I would say just about like almost.
And the
all.
airport.
yeah.
Big Chappies is not a restaurant. The Blair Airport is actually in Nebraska.
Well,
The main airport in Chicago.
At that point in time, I would say that
You would also find that to be
they
false
would
pretty
probably
quickly.
have
Did you come up with anything else?
a lot less rights than they would have today.
yeah.
So I would say what would have been
We could look at that. What else?
Sweet. Good job, team.
Does anybody have anything different?
Okay, time's up.
No? Anything else?
Okay. It's alright if
Alright,
you're not
so
finished.
good job going through that and finding everything. So when you
So,
find an article on the
can
internet,
somebody
what you
tell
want to do
me
is there, if you can't find, you know,
a type
an
of
author
government
website or anything like that, you're gonna want to
from any of the countries?
look at different things.
Please tell me
research
which
to
country
find
you're
out
speaking
if
about
this
first.
source
Cassie.
is
Constitutional monarchy in Britain.
Now that you know all these
Okay.
little things in here that I told you what you use.
Or
Now-
parliamentary system.
Right, I have parliamentary system,
Okay.
which
Good job, guys. What I'm gonna
is
do,
close to
since we're mostly
what
working
other
with internet
countries listed
sources
on
for our
this sheet.
speeches,
Close to, but not
I'll give
exactly.
you this handout. It's just a little
Okay.
US?
checklist here
Yes.
of how to check.
Now,
to
does
see if
anybody
internet
know
sources
why
can be reliable
it's close
or
to
not.
US?
And what I want you to do for homework
because the United States was derived from Great
for your
Britain.
speech,
Okay,
and
so,
I want you to use this checklist here for
that's
the
true.
internet sources
Hold on to that thought.
to find out if
Okay.
the source is reliable or not.
Can
Alright?
we see
Good? Good
any
to go?
patterns
Everybody got that?
from
Alright.
this sheet at all?
Have a good day.
The last three countries, Germany, Russia, and Japan, they seem to have a pretty strong dictatorship sort of government and little citizens' rights.
So we can say strong government then?
Mm-hmm.
Feedback, anybody? Okay, and any others? Thompson.
The economic intervention was high between those in comparison to the U.S. and Great Britain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know.
Like government ownership, things like that.
You're very fluid. That's all. Yeah. Of everybody.
for the economics, right?
Yes.
Okay, what about this in relation to World War II? It was the Axis versus the Allies.
So, I mean, there's a clear divide between who those were just by looking at their government structures.
Yeah,
Right.
it's easy to see the highlights.
Right. So, could we say generally that a pattern exists in that the more control a government has, the more likely they are to be the bad guys? Caleb.
You could kind of say so, but in the same sense, Russia was part of the Allied forces.
Right. But weren't they originally, where were they originally at?
I would say like probably be more along the lines of like earlier wars siding with against Great Britain or the U.S.
Right. So, with the exception of Russia, let's say that. With the exception of Russia, more
Yeah.
centralized.
I know you're saying it.
Alright, is that everything? Thanks, guys. Okay, I put that in quotes because they were against other countries does not really mean that they're bad people. I mean, there are some exceptions to that rule, though, obviously. So can we see any similarities in any of these countries? Anywhere on the sheet?
All of them, or some of them, or
All of them. Caleb.
Right.
The U.S. and Great Britain were more citizen centralized than the other countries were.
wait, you said all of them. So we're just finding similarities in them.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be similarities between all of them.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Let's do difference. Cassie, I'm confused with my
Are we doing differences?
any difference that you see.
Oh. The difference between like the Axis and the Allied powers, you can see like a clear difference between how many rights the citizens and the Axis powers had versus the Allied powers.
Okay. Okay, Drew, did you have something?
Yeah, I was going to say that with the Axis powers, they kind of have more active militaries, like the imperialistic expansion.
I went scheduled for meetings, so I
Okay.
get sick on the
Now. Okay, let me ask you this question. Why do some types of government's ideas clash with each other and ultimately escalate to war? Why do you think that is? Tom.
Well, the culture differences between them, you know, like the U.S. The Axis are like
Right.
so they're at odds, either economically or socially.
Right, okay. Okay. Anybody else? No. I think Tom pretty much hit the nail on the head. As far as a lot of their ideas, economically, You know, as far as maybe citizen oppression, you know, that could bother some other countries and make them want to intervene. So, let's talk about now. Okay, I want you guys, I'm going to ask you a question, and I know that it did not happen, but I want you to think about what if it did happen, okay? So, what would happen if the United States had had a different type of government during World War II? One closer towards the Axis powers.
We could have fought for the other side, or it never would have happened at all. The war.
Right? Now, what do you think the outcome of the whole war would be?
The Axis side would have won. It would have been more likely just because of the strength of the U.S. military.
Right, because we had a lot better technology than a lot of the other countries, right? So if we had been fighting on the other side, that might not, I mean, it probably wouldn't have been a good idea to go against Great Britain, but, you know, if we were fighting on the other side, there is a possibility of the Axis of winning. So can we say that the United States, even though we entered the war kind of late, can we say that the United States was a major power in helping to win the war?
Yeah. Morning class.
Okay.
So,
Here's what I
simple
want you
question: how
to
many
do
of you own or lease a car, or how many parents own or lease a car? What are some things
Okay,
that
so I have an exercise for you, and what I want you to do is what we talked about. I want you to generalize, make a generalization about the different types of government that we talked about. There's 3 there for you guys. And then you can hand that to me, and you're free to go. And your homework is on the back sheet of that. I want you to fill that in for the types of government today. Today, April 1st. So.
And I want you to think about how
When you're done with your exit slips, you can be dismissed. A generalization about